Just like the sim gear market, there's a growing market for sim racing games to choose from as well, like the GT cars, Formula One, Rally, NASCARs, and many more. Now, today I just want to focus on one type of car that I have the most experience with, and that's the GT3s. I don't know how, I don't know why, but all I know is that once I got behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Hurricane Evo GT3, I was hooked.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit.
Already I can tell this car is lighter, as it should be.
The first sim I started pouring hours into, on PC that is, was Assetto Corsa Competizione. ACC for short. I would say Forza Motorsport, but I don't want to upset the many true sim racers out there. I tried various types of GT cars in ACC like the GT4 and GT2s, but the GT4 cars felt too slow and heavy, and the GT cars were a little better, but the GT3 cars were well-rounded and has a nice balance between speed and handling. But most of all, they're just plain fun.
Hate in the chat or comments for people that know better when it comes to pronouncing a name for this game, but I was never good at pronouncing a name for it. But this is not just Assetto Corsa, this is the ACC.
After branching off from ACC and trying out iRacing and Automobilista 2 and Le Mans Ultimate, I want to share with you what I personally think are the best top 4 GT3 games to start now in spring of 2025. I won't be including Race Room and R Factor 2 because I have yet to play those games. I will be leaving out Assetto Corsa because you need to mod that game to unlock its full potential. I do suggest you try those games if you're interested enough. This list is reserved for the 4 sim games that you can just jump in and play without any modifications. So let's start with yes. Why is iRacing number 4? Well, for one, that isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's still on the list. Although I can admit iRacing is the most popular sim racing game for mostly good reasons. It's annual, all year round, scheduled races, the biggest online racing community out there, and the largest and most diverse amount of vehicles, classes to choose from. I'm sorry, did I say choose? I meant buy. As well-rounded as the game system is while offering arguably the most realistic driving mechanics in all of sim racing, you can't fully embrace that without coughing up some cash first. That means paying for every GT3 car and every other track that is in the weekly playlist rotation. Oh, and did I mention that you can't just start GT3 racing off the back until you crawl out of the rookie's license first? Yes, you must participate in rookie races using the provided free road cars that the game provides you with. And that's after you pay for a monthly yearly subscription. Behind the paywall, it doesn't help that the game still looks like an early 2010 game compared to its competition. Granted, they have been slowly enhancing lighting and reflections over time with a huge overhaul for the graphic engine, releasing sometime between 2025 and 2026. I've played this game for a good amount of time to notice it's not worth it for me at the moment, especially when I have There is no better title on this list when it comes to playing a dedicated GT sim game like Assetto Corsa Competizione. This sim has almost every GT car out there, and you can purchase all the content that the game has to offer for under $60. With AC Evo being an all-around road car sim with the GT3 vehicles in early access, it's hard to determine if or when ACC will become obsolete given its unique focus on GT racing in the market. The graphics and sound are still one of the best in the sim category. The force feedback is good, but it's still left with more to be desired. And unlike iRacing, being mostly focused on multiplayer, the game has a couple of single player options like a championship mode and a hot lap challenges that rotate weekly. The AI isn't that good, but decent enough to practice with. The multiplayer still has a large community behind it, including a popular third-party site called LFM, short for Low Fuel Motorsports. And you can use them for a more streamlined experience for competitions similar but smaller compared to iRacing. I spent the most time on this sim compared to the others on this list because I got comfortable. So comfortable because I didn't believe that there was a better GT3 game out there when it came to an out-of-the-box minimal plug-and-play experience. Until I started playing. Now, this is a sim that has it all when it comes to offering a wide range of vehicles. But we're here for the GT3s.
Oh, I forgot about this turn. Again, not used to the track as much.
And I know what you're asking, but Preston, how does the GT3s feel? What's the difference? Why is this number 2 on the list? Well, good. They just feel good. At least before patch 1.6 for me. I say it like that because it's not just the way the vehicles feel that makes this number 2 on the list. It's also the way you drive. How can you tell when your car is about to lose traction or not? It's the force feedback that stands out above the previous 2 sims. I could not get over how little I had to do to set my wheel up for the settings on this game. On top of that, this sim blows everything else out the water when it comes to the AI and graphics. When driving the GT3 cars in this game, you actually feel closer to the ground because of the detail from the car suspension when you're going down the first chicane at Spa. And the different terrain textures you feel when you're accidentally sliding off the track. Oh yeah, and side note, the multiplayer is also backed by Low Fuel Motorsports as well. So Preston, why isn't this your number 1 sim game on the list? Maybe I should explain that to you why my number 1 is. Every important positive thing I discussed thus far has made its way to this sim. The graphics, the force feedback, the active curated multiplayer, the minimal but carefully thought out selection of GT3 cars, the AI, all of it. It's shoved into this one early access title. Le Mans Ultimate isn't the best at each thing I just pointed out. It's the whole package that makes this sim excellent for GT3 racing so far. Especially for the price of all the content thus far. Since it's still in early access, the price for this base game is currently $38 US. And to be fair, for us GT3 racers, that's all that's needed to start playing since the game gives you 2 free GT3 cars at the current moment. That's the Aston Martin and the Mustang GT3. You have your built-in online daily race system that you don't need to purchase tracks for, unlike iRacing. You have a good handling system that, thanks to James Baldwin, a real GT3 driver that worked alongside the studio for the GT3 content before it released. Good AI for single player, good graphics, good force feedback, like I mentioned before. The force feedback settings out of the box were pretty good too. And a decent selection of the best GT3 cars you can choose from if you want to purchase the 2 GT3 DLC packs for the full selection. There's currently not many tracks in the game, so it's easier to get used to the track selection for the online race rotations. The game provides a licensed rank system for online play and has a very detailed grading system on the positive and negative things you did throughout the race. That's all I have for you today. Le Mans Ultimate is my number one for really good reasons, but that does not mean that it's permanent. We still have yet to see it come out of early access and other competitions such as I don't know, AC Evo coming out of early access with all this content on day one sometime near the end of this year, hopefully, if they make the release date. And other games that I have yet to mention in this video that has not really came out with its full either early access or 1.0 release. So that's it for today. Let me know what you think on the comments below about my list and what would be your number one GT3 sim racing game to get into right now for today. This video is not meant to be a tutorial video. This is just a perspective of a person that has recently and casually been into sim racing games for the past 2 years. So let me know your thoughts below. I appreciate you for joining, and I appreciate all the support from the last video and the subscribers that came in. I welcome you all. Thanks for watching. This is Area Forge, signing out.